Today I had one of the greatest moments of my life. I didn't have a baby, done that one, but it was great every time I had one. I didn't get married. I just simply taught my son how to ride a bike without training wheels. And it wasn't me teaching him how to ride a bike without training wheels that made it the greatest moment of my life. It was seeing the resilience, the joy, and the happiness of him doing it. It was him reflecting on the many times he fell off that bike, the many times he doubted himself, the many times he just wasn't sure that he was ever going to get it. And all of that went away in one moment. Somebody's in here listening right now who's having a moment where it feels like the world is on them, who's having a moment where it feels like they just can't get things right, who's having a moment where they feel like it's so much going on. But if my son can keep pushing with 4 Band-Aids on his legs, multiple other bumps and bruises to ride that bike, I need you to keep fighting with me. I need you to go out and get help. I need you to dial 3 simple numbers, 988. Nothing big, nothing major. 3 numbers, 988. I need you to fight. I need you to show up again tomorrow. Be here 2 weeks from now. Be here a month from now. Be here half a year from now, a year, 5 years, 10 years from now. I need you here because there's somebody who's waiting on the moment with you. Somebody who's waiting on that moment to laugh with you. Somebody who's waiting on that moment to smile and hear your laughter, to smell your cooking, to feel your touch. There's somebody waiting on that moment. So before you make a decision that we have to live with, make one you can live with and get help with 3 numbers, 988. Now let's talk football.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Proud Nation. Damn, my job just don't let me go. Oh my God. Listen, I've had so many things I wanted to talk about. I've had so many things I wanted to cover. I'm going to condense it into this show. I'm going to get it all out the way. It's going to be a lot of quick hits and stuff like that. I'm going to try to keep Patty Luke out. You know, it gets hard sometimes to keep Patty Luke out. You know, when he wants to come in and out of it, and it just becomes a little bit more challenging. But it's cut day, people. It's cut day, and it has come and gone. Every team in the NFL needed to be down to 53 man by 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, and that time has come and gone. You know what that means? It's officially not the scrimmages. It's real football time. It's gotten real. And we're going to have to talk about it. Let's see who's in the building with me because I'm about to listen, man. I'm about to have so much fun with this, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. I've been gone for too damn long. I gotta find some other jobs, man. I gotta find some other jobs. I'm working on it, but I gotta find something different because I need my time. I enjoy being here talking to you all. I enjoy being here talking to our Detroit Lions. I enjoy being present in the moment to discuss our team. And the best part about it is knowing that I can do this with people who love this team the same way I do, with people who want to see this team be the best version of themselves, with people who understand that this team is on a road to something bigger. I told you I'm the conductor this year of the damn hype train because I'm tired of the witch-wash media. I'm tired of the fans who are afraid to step into their truth about this team. I don't want you to get on the bandwagon when stuff is good. Get on now or miss the train. All right? Let's see who's in the building with me today, ladies and gentlemen. We got my man, friendly neighborhood Lions fan. We got my man, Noel, in the building. I'm going to probably botch his last name. I always do it, Perter. I hope I said that right. We got my man, Giovanni Lyons, the second in there. Says, yo, Luke, Patty Luke is on the rise. I'm just saying. Yeah, well, one of these damn stories that keep coming out. I wish it'd stop, but they won't let me. Lions Rumbles in the building, 81. He says, leave a like. D-Map Zuna's in the building. The real Mr. Bean. What up, though? We got my man's Makai Hope. We got Marcus Willis in the building. Dirty Glove William in the building. Loving the hat, brother. Says Patty Luke coming down. Hey, I'm trying to keep them up, but this about to be some stuff. Some of the stories that they're posting is hitting all my favorite buttons, and I'm sick of it. I really am. What up, though, Luke? This from D-Map Zooms. It says, I was bored as hell at work. You came through for your boy. Hey, appreciate it, man. Listen, I was fighting to get here on time today. You did. Frog Crop is in the building. The Blue Boogeyman is in the building. Sports Gamers in the building. Chaos, the Chaos Controller is in the building. What up, though, to everybody that's in here? And if you in here, put something in the chat so I can shout you out. I want to get into it now. Let me go through this first things first. Preseason week 2 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Nothing to see there. It was a very boring game. And I was, to be honest with you, I was disappointed in a lot of the players because I'm thinking to myself, how bad do you want to be on this team? But I'm also thinking to myself, clearly you don't want to be on this team bad enough. So let me make sure I get you the hell up out of here swiftly. And then the next week came around and some people tried to give 2 cares, and I was like, whatever. But it is what it is. And then the third game comes around and they go out and do what they do. And guess what my whole response to that is? No one cares. I don't give a care if they won any of them games. I was looking at individual performances and seeing who did what. Right now, I'm just going to be honest. Our rookie linebacker, I'm hoping he gets better. But Jack Campbell got to stop overrunning plays. That pissed me off. It was happening too much for my soul. I really wanted to not point that out, but I can't help it. If he overruns one more freaking play, I'm going to lose it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shout out to Crimson. Shout out on the building. Black Spirit is in the building. Everybody from the 313 out your motherfucking head. I see what you did there. You gave him the 8 Mile love. Ghost Gunner is in the building as well. We have 2 running backs on the 53. Okay. Listen. Let me just I'm gonna catch up. So yeah, that's my response for the preseason. I can care less. Cut day. Here's my response to cut day. Is there anybody who's been cut that I'm surprised about? No. Is there anybody who should have been cut that I'm surprised about? Nope. If you just listen to Dan Campbell, it's been his most recent press conference. He talks about, oh, you want to keep guys that know your system and you want to keep. And I'm sorry, he's like, oh, getting the guy off the street gonna take more time. I don't care. Get the guy off the street. Get the talent. I don't want to hear that. Because you can talk that talk now, but the reality is this. You would not be out here looking for a kicker if you believe what you believe. You know what I mean? You just wouldn't be out here. You wouldn't be doing it. And the sad part about it is I'm seeing too many things that lend itself to the Lions being exactly what I thought they were going to be in terms of roster cuts. Nobody, and I mean nobody cut, I'm surprised by. It's to the point where I know the NFL ain't even updated the full list, but I know I posted the first couple of cuts. But let's get into what's on here. Is there anybody on here that I'm shocked by? Let's see. Am I shocked by the running back from Minnesota? Nope. Am I shocked by Devin Ozigbo? Nope. Am I shocked by Trinity Benson? Nope. Avery Davis, Denzel Mims? Nope. None of these names have got me going, oh my God. We cut them? Oh. None of them. And you can do all the swapping in and out of players if you like, but none of that stuff matters because most of these damn players are going to end up on your 16-man practice squad. So I don't care. I don't give 2 flying nickels when I know that they're going to end up on the practice squad. But I remember I had some people who were talking to me about Christian Covington, and I was like, he's a waste of energy. Look, you're not surprised about Chase Lucas? Nope. People like Gilmore really stepped up big, showed some flashes. And this is about what have you done for me lately? So, nope. None of these names shocked me. None of these names had me surprised and awe. There is no one they're going to cut that I can think of that would have me like, oh God, I can't believe that happened. It's not gonna happen. They're not going to cut people like Will Harris. You know why? Because he knows the system. They like him. He's versatile. You know, they like that. But this is just the reality of it. Most of these people that you see right now that are being released, waiver cut, no one cares. No one cares. We can speculate on we can speculate on which Romeo core. Is it going to be Romeo, Julian Accord is going to get cut? We can speculate on all that. None of that's going to be shocking. It's just not. I wish the media talked more about, Hendon Hooker and his status. Emmanuel Mosley and his status. Yeah, I know he came off the PUP list, but they only did that because they knew if they left him on there, he was not going to be able to play for the first 4 games, even if he got healthy by week 2. But again, this is what happens when you bring in people who are already hurt. This is what happens. There's nobody on this damn roster cut that's shocking. What up, BD Buster? What up, D Williams? What up, Don 19? There's nobody shocking. What up, Tactical Puma? There's nobody shocking. My interior D-line still looks laughable. My linebacker core can still use a little bit more love. But what you're not going to do is sugarcoat this. Now, let me get to some of the media. Some of the stuff that don't make no sense. How is he still on there? Everybody's greatest general manager. That's how. That's how. Who's working in conjunction with everyone's favorite head coach. And I love Dan Campbell. I do. But I see no value in Will Harris. And I wish Brad Holmes would veto the shit and just tell him, hey, I can get you a better upgrade. We're going to have to move on from dog. We're going to move on from dog. But that's not what's been pissing me off this week. That's not what's been grinding my gears. You know what's been grinding my gears? About trading James Houston. I'm like, Ball, who's your source, man? Who the hell is your source? Why? You don't think they learned their lesson when they released them and lucked up and got them back? You don't think they learned their lesson when he's getting ready to quit football because he figured, hey, I was better than the people that they capped? And ironically, he's telling the truth. And I got to read stupid-ass stories about us trading James Houston, not for an interior D lineman, not for another stud linebacker that could probably take his place. No. We're trading them for receivers. Now, I know it's been a slow media day. I know it's been a slow, stupid, unusual, boring, media day. But I'd be damned if y'all did not spend so much time on this media. I'd be damned if y'all didn't spend so much time on it. Y'all were acting like this trade should happen. And for what? You need something to write about? You want to get the crowd rolling? Like, for what? What's the point? And the sad part is this. When you go through and you look at the cuts, when you look at the people who got cut, who got released, when you go through and you see that, nobody's surprised. Nobody is shocked. I didn't hear a single person crying and be like, oh my God, they cut this one. It's more about who they didn't cut. It's more about who made the team. And don't get it twisted. It's still time to make adjustments to the roster because they made it known that they was going to look into other players out there. I personally would see what's going on with Jabril Cox, but that's just me. I personally will find out some stuff. But what we're not going to do is act like a roster who is devoid of the depth that people want to claim. Oh, it's so much talent. And not a single cry out for a person that's been cut or released. So much talent. Really? Not a single, not one person has come out and be like, I can't believe we caught that guy. Haven't got it. I've been all on Twitter watching like a hawk. I've been all on Instagram watching like a hawk. I'm on YouTube. Nobody's complaining about it. I even saw some fans get mad. Well, we're not playing no starters, man. They're going to come out cold. Cold? What the fuck? Really? Did you not hear your head coach talk about the joint practice? That was the scrimmage time? They got reps. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. This is what happens when you get lazy journalism. You get fans who get lazy. And now all of a sudden they talk about shit that we don't even talk about. They want to talk about things like, oh, we could trade James Houston and possibly get something. Well, get what? What receiver? What? Listen, people, stay with me. Rosters go from 90 to 53. Stay with me. 90 through 53. That's how far they got to bring it down. That means that they had to cut 37 players from each team. 37. That's 1,184 players who are free agents. Not even including the ones who were already free agents. And I got media talking about trade James Houston for a freaking receiver. Can we go get a damn kicker first? Can we go get more help in the interior D-line first? You wonder why Luke was out here having a freaking fit because we kept bringing in offensive players? And half of them, if not all of them, are cut? For what? Didn't get a look at none of that stuff. No. We didn't get that. We didn't get to have that kind of conversation. I got people out here trying to justify stuff like, we don't need this person, we don't need that person, because where they gonna play? They're professionals. They'll figure it out. You don't have to figure it out. They'll figure it out. The New York Giants just traded for Isaiah Simmons for a 7th round pick. And here you are needing more safety help. Because let's be honest, yeah, you got some hybrids out there, but you can have a hybrid safety linebacker. That would have been a nice pick. And if it wasn't going to be for nothing more than a 7th, find a spot for him. Find a spot for him. But what we're doing is we decided to just, you know what? Let's get lazy with it. The season about to start. I'm watching media turn ship. Oh, the Lions hype train is getting out of control. Oh, you putting a lot of the coal on there too. Now I got your hands clean. No matter how dirty they are, I got your hands is clean. You know, this is shit I'm talking about. We have opportunities to do things to keep things going, and we doing stuff that's doubting it. We doing things that don't make sense. Now, let me just put it out there, people, that for the people who is unsure, for the people who are listening to all this BS, do nothing more than understand the most basic part of it. It's in doubt when your greatness came out. Not the football team. We talking about you. It was in the doubt that your greatness came out. When they say you could not, would not, shall not, cannot, is when your greatness came out. So why do you think that other people in the same position with the same heartbeat as yours is not going to try to succeed? Were they sitting there watching people switch the game up? Charles Barkley come out and say he loved Detroit. He loved Dan Campbell. You know, Dan Campbell make him want to try football all over again because he was a wuss. Yeah, that sounds good. But when you have your own media who's having a slow day writing articles about shit that we don't need, it don't make sense. Like trading James Houston for receivers. When you got your let's look at some of the headlines right now. If you just go to your phone right now and you type in Google, right? I want you to go to Google. I want you to then type in Detroit Lions. All right? This is very important because I want you to see some of the things that I'm seeing. And when you get there, click on news for me. Detroit Lions reportedly waive undrafted rookie safety. Who in the hell was Brandon Joseph really going to unseat? Like, come on, who? NFL teams hit the trade market looking for help at kicker. Yeah, you think? Yeah, a lot of teams are. But when you look at what happened just recently, here's the reality. Adrian Martinez is a practice squad guy. Dylan Drummond, practice squad guy. Connor Galvin, practice squad guy. Chase Lucas, practice squad guy. Nobody's gonna pick them up. They're gonna go through waivers quickly. It's not a problem. You're gonna get most of them back in the first place. But there's not a single move that you can look at and be like, this is shocking. But you got lazy media who wants to talk about trading for receivers. You got lazy media who wants to talk about players we should pick up. You should read this article. I don't even want to give the writer his flowers for this one because this is just a bunch of energy. Some of the people they wanted to pick up is just going by a name that they remember. None of the names that they talking about we should pick up have anything to do with defense. And this team will go as far as the defense. Oh, and somebody asked me this question too because I couldn't talk about it. Nate Studfield tore ACL, so he was getting cut anyway. So it might as well cut his ACL. Who cares? Hate to be harsh about it, but it's the reality. It's just crazy. It says you're one of the few Detroit YouTubers not on the payroll to get rid of Houston. Man, I'm not get rid of him for what? Okay, I'm gonna say this. I know it's gonna upset a lot of Michigan fans. I know it's gonna upset a lot of Aiden Hutchinson fans. It's gonna upset a lot of Lions fans who are gonna say I'm a hater because I'm a Michigan State fan, but it has nothing to do with that. Our best pass rusher on this team is James Houston. Our best pass rusher on this team is James Houston. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's not. Trade him for what? A receiver? Like you don't get Marvin Jones. Like you don't get Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond. Like you don't get Jamison Williams, he's out for 6 weeks, but he's still there. Did you forget about them? You forget you still got Antoine Green? You got receivers. We don't need no damn receivers. You don't need it. You got a tight end who should be good in LaPorta. You have a running back who I can see is going to be a freaking threat. Not only in the pass game, but in the run game. What else do you need that you need to get rid of your best pass rush? There's nothing you can give up. A team probably saw that article and was like, you trading who? Let me call them. Hey, you really trading them? And I guarantee you Brad Holmes was annoyed like, no, we're not trading them. I don't even know where that came from. That's false news. It didn't happen. But it's cut day. And still, I'm waiting on somebody to show me a name that they mad is gone. But we want to trade players that we know and should be here. Okay. But most people are talking trading for kickers. Yeah. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I know Dog missed that kick but come on, let's be honest, people. This team should be scoring enough points to where he don't even have to kick a 50-yard field goal. Let's be honest. Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, don't give no credence to this dumbass thing. I seen another thing that was talking about trades, right? And this trade right here really was like perplexing, right? Because I couldn't understand why, right? I saw an article that literally was talking about a trade that will, how can I put it? A trade that would help the Lions secondary. And I'm like, oh, so y'all don't feel good with the secondary no more? And then when they named the person, I was like, for what? You know what that trade was? You're going to love this. You know what that trade was? There was, I don't know, maybe it was more of a private thing, maybe not national, but I saw it. And it was like the Lions should trade to add in cornerback. Cornerback. I mean, not like we ain't investing there enough, but they should add in to add a cornerback who, by the way, I don't even see how the hell he fit what we doing. I hate to be the bearer of bad. What is he? I saw an article that said that the Lions should trade or at least pick up cornerback. Stefan's brother Gilmore. And I'm thinking, what? Why they writing all these stupid ass articles? Why are we not talking about the rumor of the Bears making a full court press for Chris Jones? Why are we not writing that article? Why they telling us to trade our best pass rusher for receivers? Why are we not talking about how the Green Bay Packers are making a push to add players like Jonathan Taylor, to add players that can make their quarterback life more convenient? Why are we not talking about what the division is doing around us? I just don't get it. What's going on, Big T? The Craig Reynolds surprised me. You know what Craig Reynolds didn't surprise me? Because had the Minnesota running back not got hurt, he would have beat out Craig Reynolds. And if you watch Craig Reynolds in those preseason games, I'm sorry, I know you weren't getting the best blocking, but in this league, you're going to have to learn how to create your run sometimes. Now, he had one against the Panthers. But that Panthers game, I couldn't take serious because I'm like, you play on week 5, and you saw your safety / slot corner, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, jabbing it back and forth, Adam Thielen about come talk to me week 5. I'm not finna show you anything now. This game don't count. I wasn't surprised when Benny Snells got released. This is why they moved on from Jamal Williams. They don't just want you to be north and south. You have to create runs. And Jamal Williams down the stretch started doing that, and they did offer him a contract. And he decided to go a different route because he wanted more money for the reasons that I already pointed out. The same reasons why I told people that if you really believe Jared Goff is the guy, you got to sign him last year because it's going to cost you now. But all these people that they release, none of them are going to be people that you're going to miss. None of them are going to be people that you're going to be like, oh, I'm shocked. You know, you're just not. You're not going to miss these people. And the scary part is this. Most of the people that made the team are pretty much the same people with the additions of free agents and draft picks. So secondary is different, right? You get Tracy Walker back, right? That's nice. You bring in people like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Yep. The draft choice of Branch. Yep. Right? Like that's different. But your front seven is essentially the same with the addition of Jack Campbell. And I dare somebody to at me on that. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, you get Levi back. Okay. Your front seven's the same. You want to tell me Jalen Reed maybe is unseating somebody? I think not. I'm just saying. What's going on, Dan? Patty Grimes, what's going on? I just got here. Who's the most shocking cut? Nobody. There ain't no shocking cut. There's nobody we're sitting up there sad about. There's nobody you're sitting up there like, oh man, I can't believe they did that. Nobody. I wish I could lie and say there was. There's nobody. Everybody named Mama, media and all, been writing articles like, yo, they gonna cut one of the Accord brothers, if not both. They still here. Will Harrison on the team, the greatest GM of all time, likes him. He likes him. But this is what I'm talking about when I say you can do so much better and you can upgrade from certain talent. It's not saying I think they bad. Like people thought because I was like, oh, you can upgrade from Malcolm Rodriguez. I was saying he was bad. I was saying he was meh. Just like Ellis Anzalone is meh. And I don't want meh. Let me bring in my first guest, man. Lions Rumble 81. What up, though? I'm trying to keep the patty down, bro. It's hard as you.
What up, though, Luke, man? What's going on, man?
What's going on, bro?
Bruh, man. Hey, I was on the Romeo hype train. I didn't see why we, I fell into that, man. If it was him or Houston, I was like, well, why would we keep Romeo? He had a 10 sack season, but I didn't think he warranted $37 million just based off that one season for 3 years. I thought that was a bad re-sign. And then I kind of got into an argument back and forth with some other Lions fans in regards like, oh, he took a pay cut. It's like, yeah, on paper he did, but that's really what he's worth in my opinion. I don't see paying him anything over $3 million a year. If he's only giving us, 10 games in 3 seasons, like, man, I don't know, man.
The reality is this. I made these complaints before, and I was told I was making a mountain out of a molehill. And you got all these people who are hurt,
right?
And my whole thing is I just need people to stay healthy. But the reality is this. If you look at this team with the amount of injuries that we have had before, the one thing you want to keep is pass rushers, right?
Fair.
So off rip, there's no reason for you to decide to cut the guy, at least not immediately, unless you can upgrade from it. Let's say hypothetically, I don't see it happening, but it's possible. Let's say hypothetically something comes up and somebody calls the Lions and say, hey, like the Saints calls the Lions and say, just hypothetically again, because people gonna take this and run with it. But they call the Saints, and the Saints call them and say, "Hey, we'll send you Cameron Jordan for a 6th round pick." Okay, Romeo, Julian, bye. At that point, we can release some of them people, right?
Yeah.
Or but that's not the case. And so when you look at it, they want to be able to get after the quarterback. My concern is can we stop the run? And can we stop the mobile quarterback? I still saw games where I'm like, these mobile quarterbacks get on my damn nerves.
Yeah. I agree with you there. And then, this whole notion of, Coda leaving, and it's like, man, I at the end of the day, I think they get re-signed to a practice squad. I think we still have yet to see what we're going to get out of Jameson this year. Again, he's injured again. So, I don't really see a whole lot of, like you said, questionable cuts at this point. I just see a solid team, in my opinion. I see a team that's kind of dotted their I's and crossed their T's. So, and we still have a little wiggle room in the piggy bank. So, yeah, man, I'm kind of with you there. I don't appreciate the media just being bored out of the skulls, as they always are, and I don't appreciate the backlash when it comes to our team. This is why, in my opinion, our sports teams get laughed at from other, franchises and other teams around the league, because they're like, man, your own media is giving you guys crap. everywhere else, I feel like the media is praising their teams. Albeit Cleveland Browns, the Texans, the Commanders. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't get the hate from our media, man. I wish they would. Wish they'd jump on the train like we have.
See, this is the thing I look at. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing I look at. And to the people who like, the music, bruh, this is called Lukegsfieldreview. I like what I like. If you don't like it, you can come back later. I'm in the best of the best moods today. Nobody's going to do that. I cut it off for the purposes because I know Rumble don't talk as loud as I do. So off rip, I wanted the people to be able to hear Rumble. But yeah, I like what I like. My music gonna still ride, people. I'm telling you right now. I'm just telling you right now. I like what I like. Come back later. I see you around. I love everybody. It's no big deal. I love you. At the end of the day, I'm gonna talk my talk. And if I'm playing music, I'm gonna play music. Okay? I get it. But it's not gonna be for everybody, and I get it. I ain't gonna be for everybody. I get it. But at the end of the day, I gotta do what I gotta do. All right, people. Appreciate you though. I mean, let me ask you this, Rumble. Is there anybody that jumps out to you that you shocked that got cut? Like anybody?
Not really. I think the closest person, excuse me. I think the closest person was, I believe somebody said Reynolds got cut. I mean, seeing as we got rid of, the running back we just picked up, I think maybe that's the one where I was like, oh, okay, really? Oh, okay. Well,
it's a calculated move that I think is going to pay out anyway for two reasons. Right. One, not too many people are looking at running backs in the first place. Two, even if you did lose Reynolds, did you lose a running back for real? Like I'm not being funny, but like seriously.
No, that is funny. No, you lost a special teams body. You lost a camp body. But yeah, Muhammad Ibrahim. That was, once we cut him, injury or whatever the case may be, I was like, oh, we're going to keep Reynolds. But yeah, that's about the only person. Will Harris, again, he's that he's that enigma. I don't know why he's here. I don't know why he's still on this team, but yeah, other than that, I don't really see Benson. I felt like we reached for him. We gave him a few years to come back from injury. Yeah, all these other guys, no, they're just kind of that. I think they're on the way out of the league.
The Starling Thomas was kind of bad. You literally cut somebody in practice and injured them. I'm almost sure that was him that did that. Like I'm almost sure that was the guy. Yeah. And then on top of that, you stay getting penalties. You just stay great.
Touchy. Yeah.
Come on. No, my man Gunner is in the building. What's going on, Gunner?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's good, man?
I mean, the only thing that kind of surprised me was that they are initially going to keep just the two running backs and Jason Kabinda. I thought maybe they'd keep like Jamar Jefferson just because he's good on special teams and he has some value, at least with pass protecting. Kind of same with Benny Snell. I thought he did pretty good at pass protecting. But yeah, I agree with the whole downhill running thing. That he didn't do much to create his own lanes or anything
when he got stopped in that goal line, his value was out the door. I'm serious. When you think about it, right? You only got one thing you do. You go north and south. You on the goal line. I don't care who that line was. You can't get stopped there. You can't. And,
yeah, that was pretty bad.
That to me told me that he was done.
Also, the other cuts that didn't surprise me, but just made me appreciate that we have a complete offensive line, because finding even reserve guys is hard to find. Jesus. We cut 10 offensive linemen this whole camp.
I mean,
somehow Matt Nelson's still on the team, so there's that.
Listen, I remember, and Gunner, I don't know if you remember this or not, and Rumble, I don't know if you remember it, but I think we had, I don't know if y'all was on this show or not, where I was going off that we brought Nate Studfield in and moved on from David Blau, because I I felt like Nate Studfield never showed me anything to be warned in that kind of attention and then move on from David Blau. And then I go and watch David Blau in preseason. Again, it's preseason, don't really care about it, but he was performing really well. Well enough that they cut Colt McCoy. Like bye. Like, yeah, we know you're a veteran, but yeah, we okay with this right here. Like, and then we end up to show you how bad it was. Not only did we go out, sign Teddy Bridgewater, we also drafted a quarterback. So the writing was on the wall for him. And when you look at some of the other names, you know, in terms of keeping the 2 running backs, they already said that they are also looking at who's got cut, who is out there that's got cut, that's going to be available. That's important. That's huge for them.
Yeah, I haven't seen every other team's.
Yeah, and
roster
like you
cuts.
said, man, they made room. You know, they got the you know, they got some money in the bank. So obviously, you know, we know that there's still moves to be made. Now it's just figuring out, you know, who's gonna be out there in the field come Sunday. A lot of injuries still that we have yet to see, you know, on the field. So,
and like I said, you got to look at it like a little bit different. There's some players out there that, like I said, people may not know him, but like Cam Bright, you know, he was one of them people that came out of Washington. Was a rookie. I like some of the things I saw from him. I know he didn't have statistically there, but I'm like, he was in the mix. But it's some people in terms of positions that we really need to shore up. That, in my opinion, we can do a better job of adding because of how it is. Like I said, it's 1,184 people are going to no longer be on their teams. That's a big pool of people, not including who was already free agents. You know what I mean? And the more you look at it, it's like, yo, I understand why they go, oh, we got 2 running backs, because guess what? We just got to get down to the 53. So let's get the people that we really want to keep, and then we'll see what everybody else dump. And as we add things that we like over these people, we'll release them. But like, I don't remember, what's my man Coda? He shouldn't be on this team. He's a placeholder. He's the guy that you pay to go stand in the line so you can get them tickets because you don't want to do it. He's a placeholder.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, but
oh man, yeah, I get it. He's got, you know, it's a family affair on this team, as we have been trying to, you know. I guess his cousin is on the team, but yeah, I mean, you like you said, man, the running back who got stuffed at the goal line, man, like those are plays you have to make those plays. You have to stand out from the other guys. Like you have to, if you're not, let's say you're dropping balls one night, well, you better be blocking your butt off. You know, there's certain things that this coach's staff wants from now on. He said he don't want people here just collecting checks, so. That's gone are those Matt Patricia days, man. So if they don't if they don't have a spot for you in this team, they don't have a problem cutting you. They don't care how, you know. Now,
Tactical Puma is saying Coda's not on the team. Last time I checked, he made it.
No, he got cut.
Perfect. That's even better. Listen, I was tired of hearing that conversation too. Like, oh man, Coda. I'm like, yeah, drop touchdown. Yeah, you're done. You're done. Sideline catch should have been an easy one. You're done. I'm not trying to be funny. We got enough receivers that we don't need to tolerate this kind of stuff. Your standard is higher because people want you to be great. And if you're not going to be great, bye. Now, shout out to my man Thomas, who says Matt Nelson, Kabinda, and Will Harris. Please explain how we keep them. Kabinda's easy. You need a fullback. He's cheap. And he actually does the job. You can go back and look at those preseason games where Gibbs was in, and his block is what broke him loose. So Kapinda, I get it. He should be here. Like that's an easy one for me.
Yeah,
there's no question about it. Shout out to Primetime B. Right, Kapinda is great run blocking and a leader in the locker room. He should be here. He's not that bad. Now that damn Matt Nelson, he cheap.
Yeah, he cheap, and they love using him as that jumbo tight end set they like doing.
He cheap. I'm just putting it out there. He cheap. Shout out to my man Buck, he's out here talking about Kansas City beat Lions by 22. The devil's a liar. The devil's a liar. Let me tell you something. Not only do the Lions beat Kansas City, I want every person to go put their money on Kansas City to win that game because I tell you, you're going to lose it. Because at the end of the day, there are so many things happening right now that is not only – first of all, even if they had these people, I still think the Lions are going to win that game because I think the way we play would have been more of a challenge for other people. But overall – looking at the fact that Chris Jones is like, yeah, I ain't got nothing but time to wait. I'll be here until week 8. Yeah,
Hey,
good luck with that.
Right. I got into it with another YouTuber about that. Somebody was like, nah, he gonna be here. I'm like, nah, man.
They don't look very promising.
This guy is
they got no money. They have no money either.
And believe it or not, last year that defense was the reason Kansas City won, man. Let's not act like Philly wasn't like a dog on offense, man. Like they weren't one of the top teams. So I don't blame them, man. Like you know, you can give the Mahomes and Jackson and all them, you know, you can give them the keys to the city. But
I thought that linebacker they had in the Super Bowl, Nick Bolton, I thought he should have won MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, but the reality is this: if you go through and you look at their team, they already got a number of people hurt. They already got people who have to be sitting out. And I hate to say it, but unfortunately, I'd rather us have the breaks than to be the ones giving breaks. And I'm not going to apologize for it. And I'm not going to go back and forth with you, right? Like I just feel like we were going to win that game by virtue of
grit.
How we play.
Yeah,
they have invested so much money in their offense. It's all contingent upon their offense getting off. But people forget it was was it the Texans? I'm thinking it is. They wouldn't get to Texas and was struggling.
Yeah,
struggling. Texas ain't nowhere near our talent level, was struggling. And, you know, they still came back. So it says, worry about getting Mims back. Buck, stop this shit. Stop it.
Bro, Kansas City got less than $1 million in cap space.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crazy.
It's just they have a lot of problems. You talking about Chris Jones sitting out. What's the guy that they just the receiver? They just got rid of a receiver, Irv Smith, I think it was, and then somebody else that's hurt. They got some problems over there. They just do. I'm sorry that this, you know, it just is what it is. The Lions need to come out and take advantage and do their best to make them look bad.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so
I agree.
Shout out to Renton Q. What up, though? Detroit's on Big Wheel. What up, though? Sayon Judah. Hope I said that right. What up, though? It says, what's up, bro? First time on your page. Appreciate it. Subscribe. I have it in the actual thing. In the actual link, you can jump in and join the show. All you need is a telephone. Jesus Christ. A cell phone. You just like showing my damn age. You need a cell phone with internet. You can hop in the show. I let everybody in. It's not like, you know, so you come in crazy, though. I'll be like, oh, I got to get him out of here. It's not going to happen like that. Motor City Thanos, what up? It says, I say the record combined score for a game gets beats Thursday is going to be a shootout. Nope. I don't see a shootout at all. I don't see, listen, this is going to be a game that is going to be won by the Lions because it's going to be balanced. I believe Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have a coming out party. I believe that, and I hate to say this should be the game where like everybody on the D-line eat. Like I'm not being funny, but man, Aiden Hutchinson should be eating. I feel like James Houston gonna eat. They should be eating because think about it. What do Kansas City do? They pass first. They are pass first team. What do we upgrade? Secondary.
Yeah,
pass your heart away.
Yep.
Let me bring in D-Map Zoom. What up, though, brother?
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on, brother?
Oh, okay. I want to make sure. This is my first time actually doing this on my phone, so I still think I work getting tortured.
That's
okay.
Okay, what's going on, guys? What's going on?
Wait, look, you got music in the back, so I got to give you a minute because I can't even hear you. I hear your music though.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you shopping, my brother?
Nah, my mom got her speaker on.
Bruh. Man, let mama play her music. Come hit me back, bro.
Man, you got these R&B jams going.
Hey, let mama play her music. Hit me back, D-Map. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, man, not a problem.
All right. D-Map say, Mom, they're doing that work. Yeah. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but in my house, if my mama had music on, you better get the hell out the way. All right? If it's on the floor, it's going to the trash. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to do it. My Prime Time B says it's going to be a bad look on Campbell if we are rusty on Thursday night and he decided not to play any starters. I disagree.
Yeah, they got 2 joint practices. I think that's enough.
Listen, they had, 2 joint practices?
Yeah.
That were
back-to-back, too.
Like that
And
were
full
intense
tackle.
practices. So they got reps.
Yeah.
So I don't need them to play. I don't. Because we weren't the only team who didn't play no starters. And you're not going to catch anybody in their media saying like, oh, it's going to be on the head coach if they rusty. I think at best, it's not a matter of rust. You got to look at some of the key components. David Montgomery's going to probably be your starting running back, right? I don't need to see him run. He don't need to play. Aaron Donald didn't play at all. You think he gonna be rusty? Some people just ready to go. And I do agree with you on this point that some people do need to get the reps and kind of keep themselves warm. But if you think about it, the season ended for us on Saturday. We don't play until next Thursday. So if it's any rust, they still gonna be sitting out. So at that point, it's better to rehab them and get them together. I don't know if I necessarily look at it and say, oh, it's going to be on Campbell or it's going to be a bad look. I think you got to at least be able to say, you know what? Let these things play out and see what happens. I think the fact that they shortened up the preseason and they going to do it again, because mark my word, they're going to make it an 18-game season. It's going to be 2 preseason games. It's not going to be about rust. It's an evaluation point. It's money, 100%. You said you have to spy Mahomes. Can't let him get out the pocket. He don't run that much.
And they don't really tend to spy quarterbacks either.
And yeah, and he don't run that much. If he was Lamar Jackson, I might be on board with you. But if you go and look at Patrick Mahomes and how much he runs. I'm serious, he don't run that much.
And to your point, I think we're going to get a sack at every level. I think we're going to have a secondary person with a sack, a linebacker, a lineman. I think we're going to, like you said, man. I think it's going to be they're shocked.
I'm not confident in their 2 starting tackles, Jawan Taylor and Donovan Smith. They're just I like their interior O-line though.
But we should dominate that. Listen, bro. If Aiden Hudson is who we think he is, right? If he's who we believe he is, if Aiden Hudson is I know who James Houston is. They should be eating. You hear me? They should be eating. And I don't think that I'm worried about Patrick Mahomes running. Because Patrick Mahomes is looking to pass first. Now, what we should be looking at is, are they going to run the ball in an attempt to get us off tilter? But the reality is Patrick Mahomes himself, does not run a whole lot. He doesn't. For those who don't believe me, he ran the ball 61 times last year for 358 yards and 4 touchdowns. He does not run the ball much. And if you put that in perspective to other quarterbacks who've ran, he's not even like top 10. Like, we're gonna be all right in that area. We're gonna be all right.
It's gonna be fun to see Campbell against Kelsey a couple of times as well, man. Those two, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see if he can keep up with him or, how he. That's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I can't wait, man.
Shout out to Buck in here having fun with the people. Said the only way Lions have a chance is if Teddy put back on 50. That 50 pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, that was annoying.
I wish he kept it.
I used to hate the quarterback that played for Michigan at 198. It was so stupid and confusing. I'm like, bro, like what?
Yeah. I don't like the number change that the NFL did, where anybody could pretty much wear anything. Oh, that was dumb. But it is what it is.
DSPN. Dope name. But you got to remember it's going to take time for them to mesh. Week 1 will show why Ben Johnson stayed with Detroit and Goff. I don't think it takes time for them to mesh when they're doing it already, right? I think there are some things, the narrative that is a little bit overblown. But this idea of mesh, your defense is essentially the same. like your offense is majority the same with the addition of 2 running backs and a new tight end. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I
That's
think
fine.
Jack Campbell's the only like new addition in the front seven.
I mean, that's it. Nothing changed.
Yeah, it really was just secondary.
Nothing has changed. You know what I mean? If you're telling me that there's this change where it had to, I don't see that. One thing I can tell you is this: the defense in this particular game should really shine because I do believe that they're going to be a pass first team. If they let that damn running back, Pachenko, whatever his damn name is, if they let him get off, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Go get Mike Evans. What?
For what?
Why? Talk to me. Talk. Come in here and tell me why. The link is right there. Click it. Tell me why. Why go get Mike Evans? Why? Why does this fan base love their receivers? Okay. Let me try to work through this. I'm gonna try to do this strategically, right? All right. Stay with me, people. Okay. Stay with me. Simply just look at the receivers who are still here. You got J-Mo. Yes, he's going to be missing for the first 6 games of the season. That's one. You got Josh Reynolds, who's been more than reliable and one of the favorite targets of your quarterback. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know what that's about. That's 3. You got Khalif Raymond. You know what that's about. That's 4. You got Marvin Jones. You know what that's about. That's 5. You cap Antoine Green. That's 6. And on top of that, you have a dynamic running back and an upgrade at tight end over Brock and Zilstrel, right? Why go get Mike Evans? Why?
They're probably going to want a first for that too. There's just no way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the point? What's the point? And you're not going to re-sign him, so why? It don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Because here's what I suspect is going to happen. Travis Kelce is going to get literally followed by like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Nah, they need 2 on him.
Oh, who, on Kelce?
Yeah, I want 2 on him.
Nah,
I ain't got nah. He don't get me wrong.
Right. I kind of think, to your point, Luke, it will be. So I think the first 5 yards might be Campbell, and then anything after that will probably be Gardner. You know what I mean? They'll get something to slow him down, but he's definitely going to get different looks, though. Don't get it twisted. It's not just going to be one man guarding him throughout the entire game. I kind of agree with you on that one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not putting 2 people on a damn tight end. Are you serious?
Right.
I'm not putting 2 people on. Man, come on, bro. You 2 people on a tight end?
It is that tight end, though. That's the difference.
No, F that. I'm not putting. Let me tell you something. If I see 2 people on that tight end, we gonna get ate up by those receivers. I'm just being honest. You cannot. You can't do it. You just can't do it, man. I'm sorry. 2 people, no.
Just gotta hit Mahomes before he gets the ball out, I guess.
That's it. That's it.
Right now, yeah, him
and make sure that they don't run the ball.
Yeah, him and those stable running backs they got. They probably got one of the more underrated running back rooms in the league. No one really talks about them like that. They got some nice backs, or at least they use them well.
My man C. Perry says, I know we're going to get past the first round of the playoff because we have been agreeing too much this year. Hey, what can I say? Shout out to my Roar or the Lions UK family. My man Anthony's over the building. Says, Luke, my better looking twin. How you doing? Feels like I'm not talked to you in a while. Hope all is well. Yeah, man, listen. It's just work. It's work and being a family person. But mostly it's work. It's just work. That's all it is. You know this is the NFL and Mahomes is the face. You better not even look at him wrong. Flags. Not to mention we the Lions. And so don't nobody get more bad flags than us. But unfortunately, what's going to happen this time is you got to remember it's about the money part of it. And I know Vegas, everybody expects the Lions to lose that game. So, let it be shown quickly and swiftly that I don't agree with that. I believe that not only will we beat Kansas City, we're going to beat the Seattle Seahawks because of a number of different reasons. So you have to be able to see these things and be like, okay, cool. But I also thought we was going to beat the Eagles, and we didn't really take off until down the stretch. But that's because your quarterback was too busy throwing the ball 5 yards or less. I don't think he's going to be doing that this time around, especially not with somebody on the back of his heels, waiting in the miss, and he need a contract. So I'm just being honest. Should get more sacks with a way better secondary. Remember what you think? I don't know. In all my years of playing, the sacks came from that front seven play. Secondary,
yeah, but what he's saying is that the secondary is going to cover the guys long enough to where the QB has to hold on to the ball. So essentially, that's what we want. Essentially, we want some sacks coming from that secondary as well, man. Why not send a cornerback every now and then, or Tracy, or just mix it up. You feel like you have the secondary to do so. Let's really see how versatile those guys are. Let's see how versatile that front seven is. If you can move players up and down that line, you can create mismatches for that O line. So, yeah, man, I'm juiced, man. I'm juiced because there's a reason why the NFL did this. They put this game. They put us first. They put Kansas City first. I think this is going to be the I guess the American Idol audition for the 2024 NFL Draft. So let's see what we got.
I saw this thing on Good Morning Football where Peter Strager said that this is the biggest game in the Lions history, and that they need to. This is so important. They got to go out and do this and do that and show this and show that. And the more he talked, the more annoyed I got, because I was like, this is BS. I'm going to play some of it because I think y'all should hear this, and I think it's a joke, because I think if you really paying attention to what the Lions are doing and why you should be hyped for them, you will know that most of this stuff that they're talking about, it has to be laughable. It has to not be something that you can look at and say, okay, cool. But they had this whole conversation where they're literally talking about why this game is so important. And I'm like, y'all are overblowing this whole thing. Let's listen to it.
Last week about Uncle Lenny being this guy that we call the Lions Uncle Lenny. Yeah. Explain your Uncle Lenny before I get in, because Uncle Lenny is this old relative you've had for years and years and years, and he's part of the family, but he goes through a lot of hard times for year after year after year. He's can't get his life together. He can't get his relationships, his finances, his credit, his attire, his hygiene, everything. It's been a mess. But then, like, last year, Lenny showed up and he was shaved and he had a suit and he had a date and he was like, he looked good. You're like, Lenny, look at you. And the Detroit Lions, us, they're Uncle Lenny. We love them and we support them. So this is that Thanksgiving where Lenny shows up and has the suit and has the new date and actually brought something to the dinner table. And that's how we feel right now. We're so proud of the Lions, and we're so proud of Uncle Lenny that not only are they one of the teams everyone's talking about, the NFL schedule maker said of all the teams that we can play against the Chiefs on our opening night, our showcase game, we are choosing you. Not like every Thanksgiving where we're burdened with you as the early game. We're choosing.
And so that right there hit a nerve. What the hell you mean you burdened with us? What the hell you talking about? What is this? Why is it that just go and listen to Peter King when he talking to us? Go and listen to all these other media outlets when they talking to us. They act like we're so blessed to go against the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? They acting like we look like Flavor Flav and we ended up with like Kim Kardashian or some shit. Like, come on, man. Burdened us?
That's hilarious, man.
Right? Even if we win week one, it's not going to be why we won. It's going to be why Kansas City lost.
Exactly. And that's why you got to go out and beat Seattle. And then you got to start the season off hot. The rest of that stuff don't matter. But they go on to keep talking like this. And I just found it to be disrespectful. It's a little snippet of it, a little bit of taste of it. But to be burdened with you on Thanksgiving. Burdened with you? Go eat your goddamn turkey and shut up.
Last year's Thanksgiving game was more entertaining than people thought, man.
Burton. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
let's listen.
That was a hell of a game last year.
The Lions to open the season. And I'm in on the Lions. I think the Lions are going to be great this year. I really do. I think the Lions in a wide open NFC can compete not only for the division, but for the conference. They just need their defense to stop someone. And
I agree that.
At the end of the season, but it was epic in the beginning of the season. As a whole, this was the Lions defense last year. We could talk about Amon Ra, and we could talk about Gibbs, and we could talk about the addition of Montgomery. If you don't stop anybody, you ain't going anywhere. Lions defense did pick it up at the end of the season, and they had to make changes on the personnel of the coaching staff. They let go of Aubrey Pleasant. Things started changing on the back end. But this defense that's run by Aaron Glenn, it is a man-to-man defense in a passing game that I don't know. Is this going to be a defense that's going to stop teams week in and week out?
Feel confident.
Now listen, people. That's fair. That part is fair. I would love to shoot him down on that, but he right. Super Saiyan Alliance says nobody is in the back of his heels. You are. Stop drinking. You think Hendon Hooker's not hurt? You don't think Hendon Hooker is on the back? You don't think they sat there and Hendon Hooker's a contingency plan so when he started tripping about contracts and stuff like that, they can go, oh, okay, it's been fun? Oh, you don't think that if he doesn't perform well, that they won't just move on with Hendon Hooker and go and draft another quarterback to play behind Hendon Hooker? If you don't believe that, then you need to also go back and look at that draft where he basically told everybody to hold my beer. Let's let this man talk. Oh, my God. What if I am?
Out of rookies like Brian Branch and Jack Campbell. This Lions defense will be the team's Achilles heel. If they can stop teams, if they can hold teams under 25, they are going to win a lot of games this season. If they start the year like they did last year, where they were getting blown out because the defense couldn't stop anyone, we might not be talking about Uncle Lenny come Thanksgiving in the same way we're talking about him in August.
I love what you're talking about because they were getting killed early in the season. And to your point, Brian Branch, a newcomer as a rookie, their entire secondary is almost going to be brand new. Cam Sutton they brought over, another guy, CJ Gardner-Johnson, another guy they added. So, yeah, on paper, it's all right, we added solutions to the problem, but now it's another thing to get out there and everybody work together and execute. And along with the defense, I'm looking at the running back position, and you look at it, they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs 12. They brought in David Montgomery from the Bears, who's at 1,000 yards 4 seasons. So you look at it and you're just like, all right, they're straight. This two-headed monster should be better than the guys they had last year. And to the point of the guys brought in on the secondary, these are two brand new guys to the offense that Ben Johnson puts out there on the field, and he's been really good at calling plays. These guys.
Now, again, granted, you're trying to balance it, but the overall viewpoint is we should be blessed to go against the Kansas City Chiefs. And the overall viewpoint of me is after Kansas City Chiefs. F Patrick Mahomes, F Travis Kelce, F Chris Jones. I can't F him because he already basically telling the Kansas City Chiefs F them too. So we in team F Kansas City. So at the end of the day, we're not finna sit here and act like that. And shout out to my man Buck who says, check out Man Hour. If you ain't got it, it is linked in the description. It's on the channel. Check them out. I'm here because of them. That's what they do. This is what it is. Appreciate it. But it is what it is. Like you got to be able to look at this stuff and keep it 100 and keep it fair about what the reality of it. Again, you know, with it being cut day, with it being so many different things for you to look forward to as we get closer towards that first game, aka what 9 days? I think I counted, right? Ooh. 9 days, and we on and popping at 8:20. I might not even go to work on Friday. I may have to figure out some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be up for that game. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
But yeah, as you look at it, like I don't like these narratives that we're so blessed. If you go just listen to most general conversations that what people have with the Lions or the head coach, it's almost like, oh, you're going to be against a great Patrick Mahomes. Man, F Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. F that. People would be killing me. Oh, he's so great. He's so amazing. So what? Like he ain't lost no games. Like he can't be beat. He ain't freaking Superman. And if he is, we the damn kryptonite.
Don't care. Smack, Luke. I like it, man.
Don't care. I'm not finna sit here and hype this up no further than it need to be. The Lions should beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They defense ain't no better than ours. Inconsistent. They barely got money to pay the people they got on defense. Now you take away one of your big key contributors and they go out today and trade for a D tackle, like that's gonna make a difference.
Man, that's a slap in the face, man.
I wouldn't even want to go back to that team, man. It just don't make no sense, bro. It just don't make no sense, man. People, all I'm trying to get y'all to understand is this. To the people who hyping this game up, to make it seem like we're fortunate to be in it. Miss me with the bullshit. I'm serious. Because guess what? We should be we should be the team that they're afraid of. We should. Go to all your favorite cartoons, your favorite animes, whatever you want, your favorite TV show. The Big Bad, there was always one person they were afraid of. Nobody's above getting that ass whooped. Nobody. Not including Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Sorry, not sorry.
Man, yeah, I agree. I think this is gonna Ben Johnson then talks of getting a head coaching gig next year. I think this is gonna be the game where he has to, game plan. Same thing with AG. There's a lot riding on this game as far as, our front office, are these the right guys? Did we, it's a lot going on as far as that goes. So I'm not even worried about what the Uncle Lenny, reference. We've always been, a team that's, when we were good, we were damn good. And when we're bad, 0-16. So if we get this game off and we big on the biggest stage, if we play this game and we win, man, they're not going to have anything to say, but man, those Lions, man, they're sure tough. Nobody wants to beat them. Look what they did to Pat Mahomes. Look what they did. They put up 48 against them, and they shut Kansas City down to 30 points. I think that would be something that will be, we could ride off that, maybe 4 or 5 wins from that point, That game right there is going to be fun, though. I agree.
Not to mention, I'm not with the shying away stuff, man. That's all it is. I'm not finna shy away from it. It is what it is. I'm not finna do it. And again, if y'all got questions, throw them out there. I'm listening. Like BD Butler says, what would you give Kansas City for Chris? A 3rd round pick. I got to re-sign him. And he talking about he won a contract just underneath Aaron Donald. Okay, a 3rd round pick. That's what I'm giving. I'm not giving you a first, and then I got to go and sign him out to this multi-million-dollar deal. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I give you 3rd. Do I like him? Do I think he can be worth it first? Sure. But I can't give him a 1st round pick and don't even know if he's going to re-sign with me. And his price tag might go up when he come here. So I'm straight. 3rd round pick. That's what I'm willing to give up. Super Saiyan Lion says, I'm not even a golfer. He's a good quarterback that can help the Lions win now. And that's what we need. Exactly. He can help us win now. He ain't the future. He is fighting for a future here. He is fighting for a chance to be the starting quarterback here long term. When they added Hendon Hooker, trust and believe, that was a response to the fact of, in case he wants to trip, just in case he started tripping. Shout out to Buckets and Rare Form. You are welcome from a Kansas City fan, because without us, you wouldn't be on the news.
Buck Nasty
is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It says, I actually like Hooker, but I don't think he's the answer either. Just being honest. Shit. He ain't got a chance to show he's the answer or not. That's like sitting there saying you don't like Lamborghinis, but you never driven one. You don't know what you like until you try it. You know what I mean? Like I can tell you without issue, I despise mussels and oysters. I don't get it. The people who eat them, God bless you. I don't get it. But I at least tried it. That's all I'm saying. I at least tried it. Wasn't the game close when we had Patricia? But that's so long ago. I don't care about that. But I do get your point. If you're trying to tell me that the defense is better than that defense, then okay, I get it. Everyday wars for everyday warriors. Lions would be the best 2nd place finisher. I love this just for 2 reasons. He lined that up perfectly. Lions would be the best 2nd place finisher in the NFL. Go Pack, go. I get it. Listen, much love to you. Root your stuff. But I think you should be having some concerns for yourself over there. And you guys lost to the Lions with Aaron Rodgers, and he's not there no more. So don't get too cocky. Don't get too cocky. But I do love that. Let me see what we got. I'm trying to make sure I hit on all the ones. Let me see. Hooker is just like Tebow, great in college quarterback. No, because Tebow in college I thought was a running back. I hated the way he threw the ball. So just saying. It says Sweatbread says, but Luke, they going to Team Catch-Up Stadium. They can go to that damn. They can go there. They can go there. It's all good. That's all good. You can go there. Buck, you a hooker. What's the worst case scenario for week 1? Jared Goff gets hurt. Aiden Hutchinson gets hurt. And they get blew out the water with multiple significant injuries to people like Amon-Ra St. Brown and stuff like that. That's the absolute worst case scenario. I don't see that happening, but it is what it is. We kept 21 on the offense and 29 on the defense. When is Ben Johnson going to get some help?
Wow. I think that's why they brought in the running backs.
No. Wait. We kept 21 on offense, 29 on defense. When is Ben Johnson going to get some help? He already got it. They've invested already into it. And you should keep more defensive players because your defense is the biggest question mark. If you were to look at this team right now and be asked a question and say, what's their biggest concern? You would not say it's offense. You would say it's defense. Ben Johnson has help. He has pieces. What he don't get? He got tight end help. That's brought in this year. He got 2 running backs. That was brought in this year. They added Graham Glasgow. That was brought in this year. They brought in Hendon Hooker. That was brought in this year. He's got help. He good. Now on the defense, you can talk about that secondary, but when they ran the ball, secondary was making a lot of tackles because they got past the front 7. And I don't know about most people, but that's not going to get it. Last time Kansas City played us, he didn't even throw a touchdown. Fun fact, people. like, you know what I mean? Like, fun fact. Like, what do you want me to say? Something like that. I think that we are a team that should have more respect than what people are giving us. And I personally think that that it should be that. And so I think the last time we played them was September 29th in 2019. The score was 34-30, and we lost. So, I mean, that's an interesting stat, and then to see that, like he said, no touchdowns. Stafford was the quarterback at the time. He threw 3. But the difference in that game was we couldn't stop LaShawn McCoy. And that's what I've been preaching about this entire time. You have to be able to stop their run and run the ball. Our running back that game, believe it or not, which was Kerryon Johnson, had 125 yards on 26 carries. We couldn't stop their nosebleed. And it came down to the defense and the lack of our ability to stop their run. And that right there is where a lot of problems come in at. So, again, excuse me for being like, yeah, I don't care enough to be feeling threatened. And I think at that time when we played them, they had people like they had like Sammy Watkins and LaShawn McCoy and Mecole Hardman and Tyreek Hill and a host of other people. Like, yeah, I'm not impressed. You want to scare me? Don't bust a gun. I'm not trying to buy it. I'm talking, Luke, you're the one that said he's like Mahomes, and he's no way close to Mahomes. I think what I said is my NFL comparisons is he's Deshaun Watson. And what I said is if Patrick Mahomes is your benchmark for a quarterback, he can become a Patrick Mahomes. I didn't say he's like Patrick Mahomes. I said he can become a Patrick Mahomes, but I'm okay with him just being Deshaun Watson because I think Deshaun Watson's a good quarterback, and I believe that Hendon Hooker's a good quarterback. So, yeah. Not afraid here. Not afraid at all. F Green Bay. Let it be known now. He did it 3 times. F Green Bay. He wants you to know. Aaron Rodgers wasn't good last season. It was a lot of stuff that he was doing that I just was like, okay, you know what it is, holding the ball for no reason. And then because he was trying to sabotage the coach and it backfired. We're gonna put Kansas City in the trunk like Luke does catch up. I don't know nothing. See, this was something I don't know what y'all talking about. Okay, you know what is it? The get indicted hotline? Y'all be trying. Ain't no way. Are any other receivers aside from St. Brown starters on any other team? Yeah. Marvin Jones is just a starter on the freaking Jags. And they only moved over him because they finally got back a guy who was suspended for a year in Ridley. So yeah. You know, Jameson Williams, you know, everybody named I didn't want him. I'm on record for saying I didn't want him. I didn't want another receiver, let alone one that was hurt. I wanted somebody who could come in day one, instant impact player, and have some help. I wanted Devin Lloyd. I'm like, you could have took that damn linebacker. I wanted defensive help. But yeah, could he be a starter on somebody else's team? He sure could. He sure could. The problem is, you know, where's the opportunity going to come? He body catches. It's killing me softly. I hate that. I remember that no call on Marvin Jones at the end. I have the Lions winning 12 to 13 games. I got them at 11 minimum, and it's no higher than 12. What you got them at, Rumble?
I'm kind of with you guys, man. I think there's some games that are without question we should absolutely deliver a W. So yeah, 11 games.
Okay, what say you, Gunner?
They should have more than what they got last year, so minimum 10.
Okay, yeah. John Jones says Laporta would be our second receiver in receptions in our first 6 weeks. I was thinking that at first, but then which was another reason why I don't see why everybody wants to trade for receivers. But I was thinking that at first, but the more I look at it, I doubt it. Because Marvin Jones and Josh Reynolds are big targets, and they're going to target those big targets. And so if you take away Amon-Ra St. Brown and you look at the tight end versus those outside threats that can get down the field and they're big targets, I don't see it. You could be right. I just don't see it. I got him at 12 games easy. Joseph Murdoch says, what player gets the first sack of the season? If I'm batting, the first sack is going to come from a cornerback blitz, and I'm going to say it's going to be like Brian Branch or like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They're sending that corner after him.
Absolutely.
So if I was batting, I would bet on one of the cornerbacks getting the first. My second close favorite would be James Houston. I just think he's the best pass rusher we have on the team. What's going on, TA, a.k.a. Raw? In the building. What's going on? We got 10 games for me at least. That's fair. I say 12. That's fair. What up, L? Minimum would be 11, max 13. But see, this is the thing, and I'm serious when I say this. If the Lions don't win, the division, but they make the playoffs and they win a playoff game, would I be disappointed? No, I wouldn't be fully disappointed because we at least won a playoff game and made the playoff. But if the Lions don't win the division and they lose the playoff game, I'm pissed because that could have been a home game.
Yeah,
that could have been a home game for us.
Typical Lions fashion. Yeah, we got to win our division first. That's my goal standard right now this year. At least if like you said, if we do sweep that division, that's at minimum 6 to 8 wins right there. So yeah, I mean, get the division first, and then we'll worry about some of these other games.
Shout out to everybody's war for everyday warriors. He says that the Green Bay Packers are going 8-1. Kudos to you. Kudos to you for accepting that truth. I appreciate that.
Well, who's the one?
You know what it is. I bet you won't hype up Jordan Love, and that's why you gave him that 8-1 record. So I wonder
who's the type.
Better not be from us.
I think 12 wins as well. They should win at least 11. Hatterhouse 11. Just keeping it 100. So Raw, you believe that we're losing to Kansas City? I don't think so. I don't think we lose to Kansas City. I've been saying this for months too, right? Like, just for the record, people, I've been saying this for months. So don't think I just hopped on this thing late. I just looked at the fact that they passed first. We improve our secondary. If the pass rush is there, yeah, we're going to get turnovers. We're going to get the ball back, and I believe our offense can play with anybody. So, yeah, just put it out there. Let's see. I got 5 minutes. So any questions you got, toss them out there, people. Toss them out there, or jump in and give it to me. I'm listening. Love needs some time. Love needs some love. That's what he needs. Because it's gonna be some consequences and repercussions to it. Watch, they're gonna be talking about quarterback. See what I tell you, Luke. You always set standards, man. 11 wins would be an okay season. Anything less, you failed my expectations. I gave them 7 last year, and they exceeded. Yeah, I thought they should have won 10 games last year. So, yeah, if you go back and you look at it, they really should have won 10 games. There's no way you should have lost to the Panthers.
Or the Vikings.
There's no way you should have lost to the Vikings once.
Yeah.
There's no way you should have lost to Seattle. They should have won 10 games. Just saying. Dan Campbell said we got to get the division first. Lions have a plan, and that's to win this year. Get the division. Because getting the division is cool, but I'm not going to lose my shit if we don't get the division but win a playoff game. So you got to listen to the caveat. Don't get the division, but win a playoff game. It just is what it is, Dunky Kong says 8 wins. Okay. Who's going to score the first touchdown against Kansas City? Oh, this is easy. This one I actually
Montgomery.
I actually batted on. I actually batted on this to be the first person to score a touchdown.
Who'd you bet?
I betted that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to score the first touchdown for the Detroit Lions and be the first touchdown in Kansas City. Because I think what they're going to do is line him up in a way to where he's on a matchup with a linebacker and it's off to the races. That's how I see it happening. Okay. We're going to see if I win this money. It's a long shot. I only bet it $4, so hey. It is what it is.
Win what? 12, 15, 20?
Let me see. I did this with a friend. I forgot what it was. I think it's like a couple hundred if I get it right.
What? Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, so it's like $4 for like a couple hundred. I forgot what it was. Do you think Emmanuel Mosley played? No. I think they didn't put him on the PUP list because by putting him on the PUP list, he has to be out for the first 4 games. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. He has to be out. So they took him off of it. But I don't think he's nowhere near being healthy enough to play. And just another hurt player we added and got to wait for. It is what it is. If we're on track for division playoff players, we could trade for at the deadline. Deadline not here, and you still got to see who's available and what it's looking like in terms of what we need. This question is a little bit hard to ask because if you're telling me we hit the bye week and we in good shape, you trade for nobody unless that person's coming in to unseat somebody, right? But if you're telling me that we struggling, it's all bad, everybody on the table. I mean, you on the table, I'm on the table. That $2 hooker we pass on the road is on the table. Everybody on the table, right? So, we can't get by that under no circumstance. How many field goals will the kicker have this year? Ooh, this year? Shit, who's gonna be the kicker? It's a question. Gunner, who you think gonna be the kicker this year? Like, we talking about for the whole year.
Patterson's on the roster right now.
But do you think he stays for the whole year? They talking about that we trying to trade for a kicker.
Trade for who though? Like, good kickers are just not available.
Yeah.
Give the Ravens 2 first-round picks for Justin Tucker and William Business.
I would lose I swear on my listen. You talking about a smear campaign? Oh my God. Brad Holmes will never hit an end up. I'm just being honest. Crimson Shadow says Laporta would get the first with a trick play pass red zone. Okay. Hatterhouse, Laporta. What will it take for you to give Goff an extension? Super Bowl. It's the only way he gets an extension with me. Super Bowl. I am done paying mediocre quarterbacks.
Win one or just make it?
Oh, he just got to make it.
Oh, okay.
See, we never even been to a Super Bowl. So the fact that we got there with him, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me for him to get an extension because I'm going to expect for us to go and win it next time.
Real and true.
But outside of that, I mean, let's be honest, right? We've made it to the playoff with Eric Kramer. I saw Rex Grossman get to a Super Bowl. It's Rex Grossman, Jake Delhomme, Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson get to a Super Bowl. I don't think any of them would have been warranted to ask for a huge contract because his contract is going to be well worth $50 million a season. So if you get to a Super Bowl, that's what it would take. Without that, he can kick rock. And I'll move on to somebody else who can get me to a playoff game if we're going to play that game. So no, Super Bowl. Mosley is betting will play week 3. Maybe. Hey, don't forget you lost the bet from Vail. I did, but I'm gonna tell you, I did lose. That's true, I did, but I lost the bet. But what I realized is they would have took Hendon Hooker in the second round. But when they looked at everything, if you watch the End of Den episode, when they looked at everything, they realized nobody else needed a quarterback, and so that's why they waited and let it happen like that. But if they thought somebody else wanted a quarterback, he was gone before then. So it is what it is. But I did lose that bet. You're right. I'm betting Mosley plays week 1 or week 2. He's playing week 2. He ain't playing week 1. Patterson will miss probably 5. Damn. Luke, you starting to pick 'em league yet? Oh, you know what? No, I'll set it up tonight. I'll set it up tonight and send the invites out for the restart. And then I'll do a video for it tomorrow.
I gotta remember. I gotta make sure not to miss any weeks.
Listen, some people miss weeks and still beat me. I was like, how?
Missed like 4 weeks. Like, all right, it's time to turn it up.
Yeah, and Big T is the pick'em champion. He killed it. It wasn't even close. You know, it wasn't even close. Let me see. Golf gets extension with 2 playoff wins. Yeah, that's a mistake. That's a huge mistake. If Nick Foles can win a Super Bowl, then so can Golf. Well, when he win it, then he can talk to me about a contract. But notice that Nick Foles is what now he's on a whole new team now. He's been on a bunch of teams since then.
Is he even on a team right now?
Huh?
Is he even on a team right now?
Last time I checked, he was it the Raven? No, not the Raven. Was it the Jacksonville he was on last time with Urban Meyer? That's the last one he was on. I don't know if he's on there now.
He was on the Colts list.
Oh, okay. So there it is. I can't remember that. But I know. Here's a guy who won a Super Bowl and he ain't getting no big contract. So that's more further proof that don't sit there and go crazy. My man Ross says, I'm playing this year, Luke. Pick him. Hey, we got to take out Big T. Big T's the champion. Big T's the guy we got to beat. You know, so I'm gonna set it up tonight, and I'll push it out tomorrow so everybody have time to get in there and get the pick'em league going because I have fun with that. And it looked like it's easy to pick these games, but you have some weeks where it's just people do something different. I think the Lions going to smack the Chiefs. Both they D tackles out. We going to run them out of the game. I'm with you. I think they're going to pass a lot, and it plays into our strength. I think they're going to find some kind of way to put Brian Branch, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in the slot with, like Will Harris, going to be, let me know where Jacoby Jacobs and Sutton going to be your other 2 outside. And then you're going to have Tracy Walker and Kirby Joseph. Good luck. Good luck. Just saying. Your guy Stafford got a big extension with no playoff win. He's the only reason we was winning. That's what happens when you're the only reason. This is why they moved on from Jared Goff, because if you took Jared Goff and put him in that scenario that they had the year that they had Stafford when they won a Super Bowl, they would have lost that Super Bowl. He was down to 1 target and 1 target only. Everybody knew the ball was going to that one guy, and you couldn't do nothing about it. Dime at the dime. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, but the reality is I'm not signing, not when contracts are going up to $50 million and $55. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not me. You got to get to a Super Bowl for that kind of money. 8 wins a season coming up. You could be right. Could be wrong, too. Make sure I leave your name on it a little bit longer. Come back to this video. By the way, nice dogs. Like how they look. Kansas City fans are begging for them to trade for Houston. I don't know if that's true or not, but hey. I just got to make sure I pick them and not forget. You can set your email to send you a notification email. That's what I do. I have it set to send me an email, and I have it logged in on my phone so I can get to it. 12 wins season batted. I'm in. Bet. Let's see. 8 wins max. 12 wins. It says no. The defense won the Super Bowl for the Rams. What? Stop it. Stop it. Why don't Rumble? You got this one, Rumble. You got this.
Hey, I think he was gunslinging it, man. I think he went back to his Favre days, but yeah, I think that Super Bowl was won in the arm of Stafford.
What is this talk about the D? My man made one play at the end of the game, but they got the. Boy, I tell you, boy, haters gonna say it's fake. Haters gonna say it's fake. Come on, man. Come on, bro. We not gonna do it. Really? Really? Stop it. The defense won it. Are you serious? That man literally had one target, and everybody named Mama knew it was going to him. And we gonna really sit up here and act like, oh, it was the defense that won it. Well, see, y'all not gonna get me like that. y'all not gonna get me like that. You almost had me. You almost had me, but y'all not gonna get me like that. Nah, I know better.
Oh, Luke.
Better. Yeah.
The Panthers cut Brandon Smith.
Ooh, the linebacker from Penn State?
I believe so, if that's the same Brandon Smith.
Hey, Detroit. Listen. Nope, listen. Listen. Okay? Hear me good. I know that y'all have media people and everybody listen to these things. Hear me. Go and get him. Go and get Brandon Smith. Here's a guy that can not only play that same outside linebacker like James Houston and rush the passer, he can play inside. He just wasn't given a shot there. And you can be the reason he get a shot. You gave Denzel Mims a shot, and that was a waste of energy. Go give Brandon a shot. I'm just being honest.
Wow.
Just putting it out there. All right. Let me see. Make sure I missed nothing. I wish Stafford had his kind of front office capacity when he was here. Man, if Stafford had the front office capacity and Dan Campbell as a coach, we would have had 2 Super Bowls by now. I believe that.
Probably would be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
Within his 12 years, couldn't run the ball worth shit when Stafford was here.
Like, I believe that. All right, good people. I'm up on an hour and 37 minutes. I plan on being on tomorrow because I got a lot to address and I couldn't get it all done today. I want to thank my guest who came in, D-Map Zoom, who made sure he let me know Mom's in there playing that music. She probably cooking something good too, because that's not that kind of music you play when you finna make a meal for kings. And I appreciate that. My man Lions Rumble 81 in the building, Gunner in the building. Gunner, give the people your final thoughts.
Hey man, 9 days away. We finally made it. After a long off season, we finally made it. I am very excited. Also, I am going to be at the Falcons game, so hopefully some of y'all will be there.
So, my father-in-law is a Falcons fan, and he's a season ticket holder. And he's like, "Come on down, son." And I'm like, I should do this. I'm debating it.
One of my buddies, he's a Falcons fan. That's the main reason I'm going to that game.
You make sure you talk so much trash to him because we should beat them too. We should beat the brakes off of them.
For whatever reason, though, every time we play the Falcons, the games are really close for some reason.
John says Brandon isn't going to make it through the waiver wire. Nope, he just got used. Right, he's going to end up on a team like New England. Watch, I'm telling you, it's a big linebacker who can move, who can play. I'm just putting it out there. Lions Rumble, give the people your final thought.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you as always opening your platform up to me. I do enjoy coming out here talking ball with you guys in the chat. My final thoughts, man. Like, hey, we're here, man. It's football season eve. A week away. all the hype surrounding the two teams. Obviously, our media is still being scabs. That's showing my age too. But yeah, man, let's just keep steering the ship, keep building the culture, and let's keep this awesome energy that we have as a fan base, and hopefully, next time mid-season we'll be talking about the amazing season we're having. So yeah, man, you guys keep pounding the pavement, keep roaring, keep representing the pride, man. I do appreciate it, Luke, as always.
Hey, listen, you know me, I can't ever end a show unless it's on a positive note. I appreciate every person who came in here and rock with me. I enjoy doing this. Again, if you hear the music come on, Patty Luke came out. It just is what it is. You be okay. You be okay. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It just is what it is. All right. But I got to end the show on a positive note. And it's a simple quote. I don't know who said this, but I love it. I let people think whatever about me because they not supposed to be in my business anyway. I'm going to say that again. I let people think whatever about me because they not supposed to be in my business anyway. I remember my dad used to always tell me, nobody knows you're a fool until you open your mouth. You know what I mean? Nobody knows that this what is what until you open your mouth. And some of you people are giving people who are not for you too much information. Some of you people are allowing people to be in your business, and then you're upset when they disrupt your peace. But see, if you protected your peace at all costs, there's no way they could be in your business because then you had nothing to talk to them about. See, you can't share your dreams with some people because they're too busy trying to keep you asleep when you are already trying to realize what you already seen in fruition. And you can't tell people how you're going to do certain things because when you tell them the roadmap to how you're going to do it, well, they need to figure out a way to get ahead of you to set up roadblocks. I'm saying all that to say this. Be mindful of who's in your circle. Be careful of who's moving around you. Some people ain't listening to you because they love you. They're listening to you because they need something to hold over your head. They want to remind you of who you used to be and where you come from, not where you're going and who you are. They want to tell you things that make you stop moving because they've been stopped a long time ago. And when you start to move further and further away from them, they don't want to admit that they don't have the ability to keep up with you. They just need you to slow down and stay with them. So when you're sitting up there having a conversation with a person and you're sitting up there meeting new people and you're sitting up there telling them your dreams, you're telling them your aspirations, you're telling them about your girl, your boyfriends, and anything else you have. When you're sitting there doing those things, remember, nobody's going to know anything about you until you open your mouth. Don't be foolish and give them the keys to your fate. Simply just drive and see who's willing to go along for the ride and be a support to you as a navigator. And if they not, kick them out and go to the next exit. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. I promise you I'm going to be on tomorrow because I made sure of this by making sure the job knew. Based on seniority, you cannot mandate me. It's a done deal. You can't do it. All right. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out.